Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, Tesley, CONY, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. All right, it's also declaration date, so at any point during this video, I'm guessing YieldMax will declare what Group C is paying, and then everyone can, have a party or not. All right, so who had trades yesterday? Tesley had a trade. NVDY had a trade. Coney had a freaking party, apparently. And I'm not covering it, as you can see, no. And then last but not least, Misty had a trade. So very busy day with the funds. So first up is, Tesley. Again, man, a lot of trades. These funds are getting bigger and bigger, so there's a lot more action going on. But what did Tesley do? Again, first look for the BC by the close. All right, they closed out their position for this week, 12/13 expiration. They closed it out early on the Tuesday. For whatever reason, I guess they think it's a goner, so they're gonna take the hit and they're going to move on. So they did take the hit. And as you can see, if you look to the right, when you see a BC and you see a big number under execution price, which is on the far right column, that's not good. $20.74. Yeah, that is not good. So they got whooped. All right. They got destroyed. Well, because they closed it early. All right. That was their choice. Hopefully it's the best decision, but we don't know. Time will tell. And then they opened a new position, but not into this week. They opened it for next week, and then they sold a call, bought a call, did a call credit spread. And then, again, in between what happened, I guess one contract got assigned. So I'm not going to track it on my spreadsheet. I did that, like I said, I'm not doing that anymore. But as you can see, sold call 390, then BC 391.75, $1.75. I'm not wasting my time. So those two in the middle, forget it. Let's just ignore them. And then the four on the bottom, BC by the close, same thing, man. They just got killed. 2061. That's not a good number. So, but we'll take a look at the true damage on the spreadsheet. If you hear any background noise, it is raining, and it feels like my voice is getting worse again. I don't know what's going on, honestly, but let's take a look. All right, so Tesley has a 295 synthetic position. They did not touch it yesterday, right? So it's just sitting here. Look at this, man. Tesla's at 400, and the synthetic's at 295. 35% away. Obviously, you can move it now, right? You can roll it into a closer price. 400, is it going to stay there? I don't know. But, so they'll have to make a decision. They need the bailout money, so they're going to do it. They're definitely going to do it in this cycle. So we'll see. At least that's my opinion. But what the hell do I know? I'm a guy in a garage. All right, so what do we got? Tesla yesterday had another green day. It went up 2.87%. Tesley went up 1.46%. So again, we're capped. So we're not capturing the full upside. So we captured about, half, essentially. We got half of the upside. So, that's not something that we strive for, of course, but we know why, right? We know why we're not capturing the upside. It's because our calls were so damn tight. So if we look here, we had the 1,315 contracts and the 27,448 contracts. Remember, when they opened this position, at least by the end of the day, I showed it was 0.2% out of the money, which, may or may not be. It probably wasn't. How far out of the money it was when they opened the position. But regardless, that's how it ended up for that day. So obviously, it did not work out. They ended up, yesterday it's 2.74% in the money. which is not like completely a goner, right? A 390 strike versus a 400, stock price. Is it a goner? No. I mean, technically, it was only Tuesday, so you never know. I mean, Tesla's on a freaking roll, so who knows if it's ever coming back down. But again, they apparently do not think so. So what they did, they said, all right, let's take the hit in the 390. We'll make some money on the 420 call. Because again, they did buy a call for the call credit spread. And you see the credit right here, 557 and then 550, obviously greater than how much it cost to buy that position. So they did turn, a little profit left, into that. Even though it's a 420 and Tesla's at 400, there's so much time value, momentum, like in that premium, which is why they've made some money off of it. But in the end, again, it's an overall damaging hit because we lost, like on the first trade overall, we lost about 1.5 million. On the other trade, we lost about 3.1 million. I'm sorry, 31 million. So, and the numbers, when it comes to the price, the capping on the price, it was essentially 50% we lost out in gains. So however way you look at it, if you look at it in the amount, which I'm just showing you here, or, comparing the price of Tesla versus Tesley, this is why it's capped, right? This is the reason. This is what's holding it down. But again, did they have to essentially give up and close that out early? No, they did not. But they did. Hopefully it's the right decision. I don't know. Again, Tesla's out of control. I thought Tesla would have kind of corrected itself a while ago, but again, I'm not messing around with Tesla anymore. I'm just let it do its thing. All right, so here's the new position. Let's see what we're looking like. Again, they chose an expiration date into next week. So we have all 3 trading days this week still, and we have all 5 next week. So this is for 8 freaking trading days. So that's a long time. So they chose a 440 strike price for both of them. That is 9.73% out of the money. Almost double digits. So that, that's good, right? It's 8 days though. So hopefully, it's enough. 440 seems like a very high number. So it feels like it's secure, but you never know. And then they bought a call at 500. I don't like that gap. Huge gap right there. $60 gap. So, again, we'll see how this plays out. But, again, imagine like Tesla hitting 500. Is that even a remote op? But again, who would have thought it hit 400 this fast? So, I don't know. We'll see how this position plays out. If I was to make an opinion, which you guys, most of you don't care about my opinion, but, I'm just thinking, let this previous position play out, right? It's a weekly option. You're closing it 2 days in. I mean, you're going to lose, right? Why take the hit so early? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a benefit to it, maybe not. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, outstanding shares. How about that? People sold out. They said, I'm out of here. 525,000 outstanding share decrease for what it's worth. Make sure the formula to the right is working. It is. Okay, good. All right, here's the recap. 30-day IV still holding strong, 61%. Okay, that's good. Outstanding shares, 69,575,000. Total net income, it's a loss. They have lost a total of 55.6 million doing the weekly trades so far in this 4-week cycle. Which to me, I mean, yeah, it's burning money, right? The idea is, again, the synthetic, we have to keep the synthetic out of this. We do. It's the movement of the freaking underlying. That's it. Obviously, if the synthetic does well, that means the underlying is going up, So it's essentially, it's either they own the synthetic or they own the stock outright. Either one, it doesn't take skill, right? What takes skill is selling the weeklies and winning the weeklies. So again, I will always judge these based on the weeklies. Of course, sometimes the timing of synthetic rolls and synthetic trades, they will be judged. But for the most part, yeah, it's it's a picture of burning money because they're burning money on the weekly trades. So it is what it is. All right, Group A, they declare again December 26th, 15 days away. Okay, so here's the breakdown of this 4-week cycle. Synthetic income, 3.2 mil. Again, we talked about the short call loss. So, in total, they're losing money. What can I say? So we'll just look at the IV. Based on the IV, 62% would pay an 82-cent distribution. All right, holding information. Based on them blowing through the strikes, you can imagine that their synthetic is very valuable. So if I zoom out here, you can see that orange value, 333 mil. Unbelievable, right? So once they roll that, again, we're going to forget about the weekly disaster, obviously, and then we'll have some synthetic money, but they're waiting. I don't know. They're waiting. This has a far expiration. Maybe they're not trusting. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Normally, they would have done a synthetic bailout by now, but something on my screen. Can't get it off. All right, so anyway, what do we got? So the synthetic is, again, 295. They're at 400, so, do something already. And then we got, 440 for next week. I guess we can just, Tesley fund manager, take the rest of the week off. They already lost us so much money. They'll probably do more damage than good staying in the office, right? Anyway, assets under management for this fund, 1.1 billion. The NAV is 15.95, trade price 15.97, 2-cent gap, but who gives a damn, right? Synthetic bailout, the net of the two, 313 mil. So again, any day now they'll cash this out. We'll see what it comes to on the payment information. But yeah, the weeklies, not looking good. Okay, so let's move on. Let's try to get some better news here. All right, so here's NVDY. NVIDIA has been doing nothing but going down. They actually were kind of green yesterday, and then they went red. So what does it mean when a stock goes down and you sell calls on it? Well, it means that we can win. We can win some trades. And we did. So they had a BC buy to close, and what they pay? A penny, right? A penny. Not a penny, 10 cents, sorry. And this freaking thing hanging over my head. So they did a BC on the bottom. You'll see BC buy to close. They closed their call. That expired this week. They paid 10 cents per share. And then they opened a new position for next week. And they got $1.76 credit. So obviously that's a, good trade there. So let's go to the NVDY or NVDY spreadsheet. All right, so they have a synthetic 148, which, they haven't really touched this since, let's see, November 25th. They're just leaving it. It's hanging out by itself. 65,240 contracts. Okay, whatever. And then they have another synthetic 138. This one is closer to NVIDIA's price, but even that's underwater. It's down 2% from the price. But both expire in 73 days. We'll let them play out. We'll see how things go. NVIDIA's having a rough go at it. Yesterday, NVIDIA went down 2.69%. NVDY went down 2.38%. So they had some trades. Let's take a look and see. Again, it looks like they closed out their trades for the win and decided to move on to next week. Will it be the right move? Who knows? So this gray trade we covered yesterday, right? They did the same thing. They closed out half of the contracts yesterday. And then, 2 days ago. Now, yesterday, what they do, they closed out the other half, right? They paid 10 cents per share. If you highlight those four, it totals the number of contracts you saw in the trade. So, thankfully, they're finally, combining them. Sometimes these intraday trades, they show them individually. It's like, why? It's like they close them out individually, which means they typically open individually. But since they closed it out all as one, guess what? They're able to open it as one. So thank you, NVIDIA Fund Manager, for making my life a little easier. But anyway, all the ones in yellow total, that number of contracts. You could see they paid a or yeah, they paid 10 cents to close those positions, which it's not much. And then they made a whopping penny for the call that they bought. Obviously, they didn't need the call credit spread, but regardless, overall, it's a win. You could see how much they won on each trade in column S. So it's what 6,600. I mean, I'm sorry, 6,600 on one. And then what do we got? About 270,000 on another, and then about 480,000 on another, and then the big one is about 6.5 mil. So again, overall, that's a win. We won. We made money on the weeklies. That's good, right? This is why we pay them. Now, moving on to yesterday's trade. This is the new position they opened. It expires on December the 20th. So as you may recall, yesterday's trade, they decided to sell into the same week. So those expire this week. But the trade from yesterday, they chose next week, right? And then we can confirm that if we go back here. Let's see. You can see the 1220. Yeah, it's there. So they chose a 142, and that's 5.13% out of the money for 8 trading days. So, sorry, I had to sneeze. But yeah, is that enough? When Nvidia recovers? No, definitely not. But who knows? It's been down. It's been down a lot. So I don't know. And it's a $10 gap, not quite the gap that we got yesterday, like $3 gap. So it's the same. They sold the same call, but they bought a different call a little further out. So I guess they're trying something different. Technically, they scattered all the buy calls, right? They bought a call at 145 and then 149 and then 152. But the two at the top, the 2 trades at the top, they expire this week. So they're about, 50,000 or so contracts as well. Same strike, though, 142. That's 5.13% out of the money for 3 trading days. The other one is 5.13% out of the money for 8. So is this safe? Is either one safe? Again, I don't know. But we'll see. They won, technically, the other trades. They closed them out, so it's a win. So hopefully these come out on top as well. And you could see the annualized yield since they sold into next week. That includes, the premiums getting calculated through the weekend. So I did the 365 calculation versus on the top. When they sell within the week, I did the 252, in case you're wondering. Okay? All right, so that's that on the trades. As far as outstanding shares, there was no increase yesterday. So here's the recap. 30-day IV for Nvidia, I should say. It's actually went up, thankfully, finally, in a negative way, unfortunately, but it went up to 41%. Outstanding shares, 59.3 million. Total net income, it's a loss, unfortunately, of 18.1 mil. So, I wish I had something better to report. But the weeklies on these, there's a couple damaging days, obviously, and it is what it is. So hopefully they could somehow turn this positive. They do have 22 days, which is good. So I did... the reaction is the Nvidia fund manager is jumping, right? Why is he jumping? Remember, he made that tight strike yesterday. He took a risk, and he went 2.3% out of the money. Now he's 5.13% out of the money. But at the same time, next week he chose the same strike. So I'm not so sure he'll be jumping for joy next week, but he's at least jumping for joy as of now. He may get, get whooped later. But Group B declares in 22 days on January 2nd, 2025. All right, payment information. Let's see. Do we have anything to report? No, we don't. I'm sorry. It's all, it's all losses. So I got nothing for you. So we'll just go right to the IV. The IV 42% is an 81-cent payment. So based on that, is it close to the last payment? The last payment was $1.18. So, but we'll see. They have a lot of holdback money, so I think we'll get it over $1 for maybe quite some time. We'll see. I don't know. Holding information. What's going on with the synthetic? It's not good. It's not good. In fact, it's borderline gold digger status. If I had, my voice, which I thought I would have it today, but I would possibly consider singing, because look at it's 112 mil on that put. If Nvidia goes down today, I will have to try to sing tomorrow. I don't think I have a choice. But yeah, that synthetic is not pretty. I don't know if you guys hear that rain. It's coming down now. Anyway, so what else we got? We got the calls in blue. We talked about them. No need to talk about that any further. And then the total net asset of the fund is 1.3 billion. The NAV is 23.39. Trade price 23.36. Synthetic bailout doesn't exist. So you could see, it's not looking pretty. They're winning the weeklies so far, but not for the. For the 4-week cycle, they're actually down. But lately they've been winning the weeklies, I should say. So we'll see how this plays out. But Nvidia's, it's at 23. It's been on a downward, so it hasn't really done too fantastic, right? But it's not. You really just have to blame Nvidia. Unfortunately, Nvidia, the underlying, it's just been going down. What can you do, right? Someone commented yesterday, what's going on with NVIDIA, or what's wrong with NVIDIA? I said NVIDIA is what's wrong with NVIDIA, right? Because NVIDIA is bringing it down. All right, so that's NVIDIA. Again, back to the trades. Yes, a lot of freaking trades yesterday. Very annoying. So at least Misty had a typical trade. If you look, buy call, okay. Sell put, okay. Buy call, okay. Sell call, okay. So what does that mean? They got new shares, right? 625 new contracts added to their 315 synthetic, and they sold a call into, is that this week? Yeah, this week. Look at that. They sold a call into this week. I like it. And they chose an oddball strike price, 392.50. All right, and they bought a call, 465. Is that, do you really need that? A short week? I don't know. But they paid some money for that. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Especially 3 days. Really got to do the freaking credit call spread. I don't know. What? Just don't. Like, why? Just leave it. Anyway, talking to myself here. So yesterday, here are the 625 contracts. Yeah, they paid a pretty penny to add to this because, they're already ahead, right? MSTR is priced above the 315 strike price of this synthetic. So the call cost more than the credit they got for the put. So they had to pay about $4 million to, add to this position. But again, they're 19% ahead already. So I guess in the end, hopefully they'll be even more ahead whenever they decide to roll this position into a new strike. This one expires, just like the others, 73 days away, and we'll see. So, MSTR is up. They went up, right? They went up. They had a crazy day yesterday. I couldn't really track it much. Office day, you can't really do anything, to be honest, but it was a interesting day every time you get a bathroom break. But regardless, MSTR went up 3.28%. MSTY went up pretty good. It went up 3.12%. So, wait, what the hell? +1. What in the... There you go. What in... I don't know what happened there. But anyway, MSTY did go up 3.12%. All right, so let me get my Zoom game on for you guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got... guys, this is nuts. MSTY is becoming a disaster. And for that reason, please hit the like button if you guys enjoy this content. I'll remind you now, in case you forgot. So here are the 625 contracts they added into this week 392.50 strike price, 4.02% out of the money. But they did a call credit spread. The buy call is 23% away, like in 3 days. Really? I don't know. This is a time, to me, why not maybe just sell a call $400, right? Why are we doing this? Why are you doing the call credit spread? You don't have to. Don't do it. I don't know. Just my thought. Because look how much they bought a call, 106,000. Boom, gone. Just throw away money. Is it going to be useful? I don't think so, but what do I know? All right, these other positions, guys, I don't even know how to do this, but just too many. I'm just going to go from bottom to top. 4,850 contracts, 400 strike price, 6% out of the money. All right, next strike, 410. They got two 410s, 1,500 and a 1,260. And that's 8.66% out of the money. The next strike is 420. There's a whole bunch of 420s, over 20,000 worth, and 420 is currently 11.31% out of the money. And then last but not least, there's a 430. There's two 430s, about 8,000 contracts. That's 13.96% out of the money. So they are scattered-y-do for sure. Super scattered-y-do, to be honest. And every single trade expires this week. And I think they'll be okay, right? Again, I don't like their last trade, but they do what they do, right? 392, like why? 392, that's an ugly strike price. But anyway, I think overall it looks good. It looks good. All right, outstanding shares, it did go up 275K. 30-day IV, 110%. Outstanding shares, 43.8 mil. Total net income. This is where we have the problem, right? We forget, oh, that's right, they lost. So they lost 17.2 mil. What can you do? We're going from banging heads on walls to nice notes, and now we got numbers. This is my emoji. This is all, when I think of Misty now, this is what, in my head, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? But there's a lot going on, man. And guess what? Misty declares next week. Big week. So hopefully we have a good estimate for you. If they don't do any type of synthetic bailout, I mean, guys, I'm not really going to have a fantastic estimate. Because look at this. I got no income to show you, right? And I guess we do technically. We have some reserve, right? We had a credit carry forward of 60 million from last month. So technically there's that, but I don't know, guys. Maybe I'll have to calculate how much that comes to per share, right? Because if you take the credit carry forward of 60 mil and you divide it by the outstanding shares, how much of that can they use to pay towards it? But I'll do that eventually. Maybe I'll do it before the Sunday. But for now, we're just going to use the IV. The IV shows 111%. And that, based on that, I would show a 296 payment, which I don't think people would be mad about. I know people get used to this $4 payment. But again, if they don't use their synthetic, they're not winning weekly. So if they don't use that synthetic money, they're not going to, there's nothing to show, right? There's no money there. But we'll see. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. That's up to them. Here's all the call. Here's all the trades. Just not going through them again. The value of the fund is 1.5 billion. The NAV is 34.78, and the trade price is 34.75. Okay, so again, nice numbers there. Synthetic. Here's what it's worth: 258 million. Yeah, a lot of money. So let's see what they do with it. All right, so that's Misty. We went through all three, the big three. Now we can go through the big two. Coney had a trade, but again, if we go back to the trade, guys, I mean, this is ridiculous, right? What are they doing? All right, BC, buy the close. Nah. Like I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. We'll just go through the holdings and see what it looks like. And this is why, again, it's eventually, I keep saying this, but I'm going to come up with a better way to track these funds so that we can understand truly what's happening, but at the same time, it doesn't take, that much time. Because looking at this, like, this is ridiculous. But anyway, let's stop complaining. Let's get to the spreadsheet. Coin, they went down. Wow. Coin went down. Wait. -1. I thought I updated that. It should be -2. Today, -2, which would have been Monday, right? So it's Tuesday's close date minus Monday's close date. Oh, they still went down. So they went down 2.68%. Coney went down 2.36%. So yeah, not the best day. And guys, oh my God, look at this. Guys and gals, I should say, right? Anyway, synthetic still hanging out. They're synthetic. It's not great. Coins at 302. Their lowest synthetics at 300. Their high synthetics at 320. So, that one, no bailout there. But hopefully they're winning the weeklies. But if you look at all the weeklies, I mean, good Lord, man. They got 1213s. They got 1220s. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. So keep in mind the first section is expiring this week as we go through these. I will read them at least as much, as I'll just do it fast. All right. 3,900 contracts, 320 strike price, 5.81% out of the money. 4,500 contracts, 330 strike price, 9.12% out of the money. 2,600 contracts, 340 strike price, 12.43% out of the money. Largest position overall, largest position, 14,565 contracts, 342.50 strike price, 13.25% out of the money. So these are just for the 12/13 expiration for Friday, 3 trading days left. They're looking pretty good. They did buy calls. No need to mention them though. The closest one is 14% away. So the trades for next week, we'll go over them now. 4,500 contracts, 332.50 strike price, 9.95% out of the money. 4,989 contracts, 337.50 strike price, 11.6% out of the money. 4,615 contracts, 340 strike price, 12.43% out of the money. 11 contracts, I don't know why, 342.50 strike price, 13.25% out of the money. 900 contracts, 345 strike price, 14.08% out of the money. The first buy call is 30% away. So yeah, they got credit call spreads on everything, of course. So needless to say, that's Coney. It was a mouthful. But the Coney fund manager, man, he's nuts. He's nuts. That's, I don't know. I can't picture him right now. We always said didn't we say he's the nerdy guy that he never takes off? But after, I don't know, he might be nerdy nuts. All right, so the value of this fund is 1.2 bill. The NAV is 1651. Trade price is 1651. Synthetic ain't worth a damn. So we'll look at the 30-day IV, 74%. That would show an IV estimate of 95 cents. Group C declares today. And then if you do this, like, when do they declare next? You do equals date plus 28 for 4 weeks, right? And this will be the next declaration date, right? Do we want to make that left? There we go. And then this does what? Today minus that. And then we have the countdown for the new days being 28 days till the next one. Right? Makes sense? Easy enough. All right. AMZY. How you doing, AMZY? Amazon went down yesterday. Not by much, though. It went down 0.47%. AMZY went down 0.15%. It still stayed at the $20 range. At least I updated the dates on those. AMZY Synthetic 210. It's looking good because Amazon's at 225, so they're 6.68% above on that. They got some contracts expiring this Friday. Let's see how they're looking. It's going to be a close one. 10,550 contracts, 225 strike price, 0.02% in the money. Essentially at the money, we'll just say. This is basically at the money. So if Amazon stays where it's at, they could win. All right. And then they got to buy call. That's a 235, 4.43% away from being really of use. But the value of this fund, yeah, like someone was saying, you got to cover, based on the value of the fund, you shouldn't cover AMZY. And you know what? That's probably true. So again, I'll reconsider what I'm covering. I know, again, there's not a lot of, I'll take a look, maybe tomorrow we'll take a look together of the value of each fund using that one website. And we could see, like, what's the most popular? Because obviously you guys want to know, I'm sure, what you're invested in. And most of you would be invested in whatever is most popular. Assuming, most of who invest in them do watch this channel. But we'll take a look. But AMZY may be on the chopping block. But again, guys, if you own AMZY, you don't really care as much, the day-to-day trades, because the fund's working, right? Do you really need to do this on AMZY? No, not as much. On the others, it's a little more important because there's action, man. These funds are, much more risky than like Amazon being the underlying. It's boring as Amazon, right? They're big ass company. Who's touching them, right? I mean, someday they'll be gone one day, of course, just like everything comes and goes, but probably not in our lifetime, at least not my lifetime. But I'm an old ass. So anyway, AMZY's synthetic position, 18.3 mil. 30-day IV for Amazon is 25%. Their estimate based on that is 39 cents. They're part of Group D, so they will declare next week. So that's the update on all of the funds, all 5, all right? There was a lot, all right? I know, pain in the ass. I'm tired of talking. Again, I'm slowly getting my voice, but I'm not. And then, it's a rough time of year, I always say I never, ever, ever got sick until I had kids. And then they come home, and they don't even necessarily get sick, but sometimes they just bring it home. But who knows? And plus, this weather is just brutal. All right, so anyway, here's the pre-market. Oh my God, it's 5:20 a.m. already. I'm probably going to work from home today, though, anyway. But Tesla is up 1.24%. It's at 405.96. Tesley is up 1.13%. It's at 16.15. Nvidia is up 1%. Oh my God, Nvidia is up. There's a shocker. It's at 136.42. NVDY is up 0.73%. It's at 23.53. CONY is up 2.28%. It's at 309.33. Keep in mind, guys, the market's been pretty bloody red the first 2 days of this week. So I'm expecting a turnaround, hopefully sometime soon, especially on my Soxel. But let's get to that Soxel. All right. Coney's up 2.42%. It's at 16.91. MSTR is up 1.32%. It's at 382.29. MSTY is up 0.89%, 35.06. TSLL is up 2.41%. It's at 29.28. TNA is down. Wow, it's down a little bit though. 0.12%. It's at 52.11. AMZY is up 0.46%. It's at 10.82. AMZY is up 0.05%. It's at 20.23. Bitcoin is up 1.58%. It's at 98,025. BitX is up 3.26%. It's at 60.23. Soxel, oh, there you go, finally. I don't know if you guys follow Soxel, but they took a dump yesterday. They're freaking, almost every fund in that freaking ETF was down. So what I do, I sold a put. Anyway, they're up 1.7%. They're at 27.52. SMCI, they're taking a beating now too. They've been up so high though, and now they're coming back. They're down 3.82%. They're at 38.95. SMCY, they're down 1.82% at $34. Palantir is up 3.03%. It's at 73.04. Platy is up 0.8%. It's at 66.60. TSM or TISM is up 0.44% at 192.78. And then TSMY is not updated. They're at 1920. So that's the recap on the pre-market. That's the update on the funds. That's the this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, again, declaration date is today for CONY and others. Hopefully it's announced already. And if it is, let me know what you guys think. In fact, we'll just make that the keyword maybe. But first, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again tomorrow. Like I said before, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button, throughout the video, whenever you choose, beginning, middle, end, later on, whenever the time fits you, but only if you enjoy it. Don't hit it if you don't enjoy it. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Now that you made it this far in the video, we have the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. So like I said, whether you're watching the premiere, whether you're watching this after, I'm assuming YieldMax has announced Group C distributions. So tell me which one you're happy about and which one you're pissed about. Or tell me if you don't give a crap about anything in Group C because they all suck. That's also an option. So again, it's a little different type of keyword, but again, it's declaration date. Maybe we should just do this on every declaration date. But yeah, tell me what you guys think of the latest distribution announcement. Are you happy on one? Are you happy? Are you sad on others? Let me know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I was gonna say, I gotta get ready. I'm probably not driving to the office. It's pouring. I feel like crap, and I'm just gonna work from home, I think. But either way, guys, enjoy your day. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will talk to you probably tomorrow. All right, have a good one. Later.